When we talk about acne, most people immediately think of it as something that simply happens on the surface. A few pimples here, a breakout there. But the truth is, acne begins much deeper. It's the result of a whole chain reaction happening under the skin, and the way we cleanse plays a much bigger role in that process than most people realize. See, your skin is constantly working to protect you. It produces oil or sebum to keep itself hydrated and shielded from the environment. But when that oil mixes with dead skin cells and bacteria, it can clog your pores, leading to those bumps and breakouts we all know too well. That's where deep cleansing comes in. It's not just about washing your face, it's about restoring balance to a system that's already trying its best to stay in harmony. The problem is, we've been taught that more cleansing means better results. People scrub their skin raw, thinking they're wiping away acne, when in fact they're stripping away the very barrier that's meant to protect it. The skin gets irritated, it produces even more oil to compensate, and that vicious cycle continues. Deep cleansing isn't about being harsh or aggressive, it's about being consistent and intentional. It's about knowing when to be gentle and when to go a little deeper, but always respecting your skin's limits. Think about it like this. Your pores are tiny doorways. They open and close to regulate oil and moisture. When dirt, oil, and dead skin pile up, those doors can't function properly, and that's when acne flares up. A proper deep cleanse doesn't force those doors open. It helps clear the path so they can breathe again. That's why understanding the process matters so much. Cleansing is the foundation of every skincare routine. It sets the stage for everything that follows. If that first step isn't done right, no serum, toner, or moisturizer can fully do its job. Another common mistake people make is rushing. I see it all the time. Someone splashes water, rubs on a cleanser for 10 seconds, rinses, and calls it a day. But effective cleansing takes patience. You need to give your skin time to release impurities, to actually break down the buildup that's been sitting there all day. The right technique isn't about speed, it's about connection. Taking a minute to gently massage your cleanser allows circulation to improve and helps your skin absorb nutrients better afterward. It's a simple change, but it makes a huge difference over time. And let's talk about the role of products. There's this idea that the more expensive the cleanser, the better it must be. But skincare isn't about price tags, it's about ingredients and balance. A deep cleanse can only be as effective as the product's compatibility with your skin type. If you're using something too harsh for your natural oils, you're not cleansing, you're damaging. If it's too mild, you're not really removing buildup. The goal is to find that sweet spot, a gentle yet thorough cleanser that supports your skin's natural rhythm. Something else to remember is that your skin's needs change with time. What works for you during teenage years may not work in your 30s. Seasons, hormones, and even stress levels can shift how your skin behaves. That's why it's so important to listen to your skin. If it feels tight or irritated after cleansing, it's a sign that your approach needs adjusting. Skin communicates. It tells you when it's stressed, when it's overworked, when it's not getting enough care. We just have to pay attention. Deep cleansing is also about prevention. Once you understand how acne forms, you can start seeing your skincare routine as proactive instead of reactive. Instead of waiting for a breakout to appear, you can focus on keeping your pores clear before that blockage ever happens. It's like cleaning out a filter before it clogs. It takes less effort and your skin thanks you for it. This mindset shift from fighting acne to maintaining skin health changes everything. It brings patience, compassion, and mindfulness to a process most people see as a battle. Now, I know the word deep in deep cleansing can sound intimidating. It might make you think of something intense or invasive. But true deep cleansing doesn't have to mean discomfort or irritation. It's about depth of care, not depth of force. The goal is to reach beneath the surface without harming the surface. With the right technique, you can achieve that balance, cleansing thoroughly without compromising the integrity of your skin barrier. At the end of the day, acne is not a punishment, and cleansing is not a cure-all, it's a partnership. Your skin works for you every second of every day, protecting you from pollutants, bacteria, and the sun's rays. When you cleanse deeply and correctly, you're returning the favor. You're saying, I see you. I'm taking care of you. That's where real change begins, not in how much product you use, but in how much respect you give your skin. So before you rush through your nightly routine or scrub in frustration, pause. Look at your skin as something that's healing, not something that's broken. True cleansing isn't just about removing what you see. It's about restoring what's been lost beneath the surface. And when you finally get that balance right, your skin doesn't just look cleaner, it starts to feel alive again. Before you even think about cleansing, before you pick up that face wash or exfoliant, you have to know your skin. It sounds simple, but it's the one step most people skip, and it's usually why their routines fail. Everyone's skin is unique. It reacts differently to products, weather, hormones, and stress. And yet so many people follow routines they saw online or products recommended by friends without realizing that what works beautifully for one person can completely disrupt someone else's skin. Understanding your skin type isn't just helpful, it's essential. It's the foundation that determines every decision you make afterward, especially when it comes to deep cleansing. Now let's talk about what that really means. There are generally 4 main skin types: oily, dry, combination, and sensitive. But even within those categories, there are variations. Some people produce oil only in certain areas, while others experience dryness that fluctuates with the seasons. The mistake people often make is labeling themselves incorrectly. Someone might think they have oily skin because they see shine, but what's really happening is dehydration. When your skin's natural barrier is compromised, it overproduces oil to compensate for the lack of moisture. So what do? They start using harsh cleansers, drying out the skin even more, and the cycle continues. That's why observation is key. You have to learn the language of your skin. Notice how it behaves after cleansing, after moisturizing, or after a long day out in the sun. Your skin tells you everything, you just have to listen. For people with oily skin, the challenge is balance. The instinct is to fight oil with more cleansing, to wash until the face feels tight and squeaky clean, but that feeling is not clean, it's stripped. When you remove too much natural oil, your skin goes into panic mode and produces even more. That's why choosing a gentle pH balanced cleanser is crucial. You want to cleanse away the buildup without sending your oil glands into overdrive. On the other hand, those with dry skin often feel a sense of roughness or flackiness, and they tend to avoid deep cleansing altogether because they're afraid of irritation. But here's the thing, dry skin still needs a deep cleanse, just done differently. It needs hydration-driven cleansing, products with nourishing ingredients that replenish while they purify. Combination skin can be a little trickier because it's like having 2 personalities in one face. The T-zone might be oily while the cheeks remain dry or sensitive. It takes a bit of experimenting to find the right balance, maybe even using 2 different cleansers for different areas. And then there's sensitive skin, the one that reacts to almost everything. For this type, the focus should always be on simplicity, fewer ingredients, fragrance-free formulas, and extra care with temperature and pressure during cleansing. Sensitive skin thrives on consistency and calm. Any sudden change can trigger inflammation or redness. Identifying your skin type also means paying attention to external factors. Climate, humidity, diet, and even stress play major roles. In a humid environment, your pores might be more active, producing more oil and sweat. In colder, drier weather, your skin barrier might weaken, leading to tightness or flaking. So the cleanser that worked perfectly in summer may not serve you as well in winter. This is why flexibility matters. Good skincare is not about finding one perfect product and sticking to it forever. It's about adapting to what your skin needs in that moment. Another overlooked aspect is how lifestyle affects your skin type over time. If you're under a lot of stress, not sleeping enough, or eating too much processed food, your skin will show it. It might become oilier, duller, or more prone to breakouts. Sometimes people chase the symptoms with more products, not realizing the real fix is in restoring balance from the inside out. Hydration, proper rest, and nutrition support your cleansing routine just as much as the cleanser itself. You can't cleanse away stress, but you can give your skin a stable environment where it can recover. When you start understanding your skin type deeply, you also begin to understand what triggers it. You'll know when your pores are congested from makeup residue or pollution, when your cheeks are irritated from a new product, or when your skin just needs a rest. That awareness gives you control. It stops you from guessing, from overdoing it, from thinking you need 10 different products when maybe you only need 3. That's what true skincare is about. It's not complexity, it's clarity. And here's something I tell people all the time: your skin isn't supposed to look perfect all the time. It's supposed to respond. It's an organ that adjusts, reacts, and heals. When you know your skin type, you stop trying to fight against it and start working with it. You respect its limits and learn to read its cues. And when that happens, your cleansing routine transforms from a chore into care. It becomes a moment of connection. You're not just cleaning your face, you're maintaining a relationship with it. The truth is, your cleanser doesn't choose your results. You do by knowing your skin. Because once you understand what your skin really needs, you stop treating it like a problem to fix and start treating it like something worth nurturing. And that's where real lasting clarity begins. Once you understand what your skin needs, the next step is learning how to cleanse it properly. And that's where technique comes in. People often think washing their face is simple. Just splash some water, rub in a cleanser, rinse, and move on. But in reality, most of the skin problems I see stem from doing this step the wrong way. Cleansing isn't just about removing what you can see. It's about creating the right conditions for your skin to breathe, renew, and heal. And when it's done correctly, It can completely transform the way your skin looks and feels. The process should always start gently. If you wear makeup or sunscreen, and you should always wear sunscreen, you need to remove that first before you even touch your cleanser. A lot of people skip this step, and that's where buildup begins. Think of it like painting over dust. No matter how great the paint is, it won't stick properly if the surface underneath isn't clean. A good makeup remover or micellar water breaks down oil-based products without stripping your skin. Once that first layer is gone, your cleanser can actually reach the pores where it needs to work. Now, when it comes to the cleansing itself, the temperature of the water matters more than most people realize. Hot water might feel relaxing, but it can actually irritate the skin and break down your natural barrier. Lukewarm water is the sweet spot. It helps loosen dirt and oil without triggering redness or dryness. Once your face is damp, apply your cleanser in gentle, circular motions. Don't rush through it. Take at least 60 seconds, letting your fingertips glide over the contours of your face. Focus on the areas where oil and debris tend to collect, the nose, chin, and forehead, but don't forget the edges like along the hairline and jaw where residue often hides. This isn't just about removing what's on the surface. The act of massaging your skin while cleansing helps boost circulation, encourages lymphatic drainage, and allows your skin to naturally detoxify. It's also a great time to check in with your skin. Does it feel rough or tight? Are there new bumps forming? Taking this moment of awareness helps you adjust your care before small issues turn into breakouts. And remember, your hands should always be clean before you touch your face. Otherwise, you're just moving bacteria around. Rinsing is another step that many people get wrong. Splashing once or twice isn't enough. You need to make sure every trace of cleanser is gone because leftover residue can clog pores and cause irritation. After rinsing, pat your skin dry with a clean towel. Don't rub. Tugging or pulling can cause microtears over time, and those tiny injuries make your skin more prone to inflammation. Gentle care during every step keeps your skin barrier strong, which is the key to long-term clarity. For acne-prone skin, it's easy to think you need to cleanse multiple times a day, but that can backfire quickly. Twice a day is plenty. Once in the morning to remove sweat and oil from the night, and once in the evening to clear away the day's buildup. If you overdo it, your skin will react by producing more oil, leading to more congestion. Consistency, not intensity, is what keeps your skin balanced. Another thing to watch out for is the pressure you use while cleansing. The temptation to scrub hard is strong, especially when you're frustrated with breakouts. But acne isn't dirt that you can scrub away, it's inflammation beneath the surface. Gentle pressure actually works better because it respects the skin's structure. The moment you start being rough, you trigger irritation, and that inflammation feeds acne rather than calming it. The skin responds best to care that's kind, not forceful. Now, if you're using tools like facial brushes, sponges, or cleansing pads, use them sparingly. They can help lift buildup, but if used too often or too aggressively, they can over-exfoliate. Think of them as occasional helpers, not daily essentials. Your hands, when used correctly, are often the most effective tools you have. They allow you to feel your skin and respond to what it's telling you. One more small but powerful habit: cleanse your skin based on how it feels, not just based on the clock. If your face feels balanced and calm, don't chase that squeaky clean sensation. That tightness isn't health, it's a warning sign. Clean skin should feel soft, not stripped. It should look refreshed, not red or irritated. Deep cleansing should leave you feeling renewed, not raw. When you start paying attention to these little details, the temperature of your water, the pressure of your touch, the time you take, it completely changes your results. You realize cleansing isn't a chore, it's an act of respect. You're giving your skin a fresh start every single day, clearing away what doesn't belong while protecting what does. And when you do it right, your skin responds in the best way possible. It starts to glow with its own natural strength. Because cleansing isn't about scrubbing harder, it's about caring smarter. Once your skin is cleansed the right way, that's when you can take it a step deeper. Deep cleansing doesn't just stop at washing. It's about really getting into those pores, softening what's trapped inside, and helping the skin renew itself from the inside out. And that's where techniques like steaming, exfoliating, and pore care come in. They're what I call the deep clean trio, and when done correctly, they can completely change your skin's texture and clarity. But it's not about doing all three every day or going overboard. It's about timing, precision, and patience. Let's start with steaming. This simple step is often overlooked, yet it can make a world of difference. Steam helps to gently open up the pores, softening the buildup of oil and dead skin that sits inside. Think of it like loosening the lid on a jar before you open it. It just makes the process smoother. You don't need any fancy equipment. A bowl of hot water and a towel can work perfectly fine. The key is moderation. Too much steam or water that's too hot can irritate or even dehydrate your skin. About 5 to 7 minutes is plenty, and if your skin starts to feel flushed or tight, it's time to stop. The goal isn't to sweat, it's to prepare the skin to release impurities more easily. After steaming, your skin is in its most receptive state, it's warm, softened, and ready to absorb whatever comes next. That's where exfoliation enters the picture. There are two main types, physical and chemical, and both can play a role in deep cleansing when used correctly. Physical exfoliants, like scrubs or brushes, use texture to remove dead skin cells. But this is where most people go wrong. They scrub too hard or use rough products that cause micro tears, which can actually worsen acne and sensitivity. For acne-prone skin, less is more. You want something with fine, smooth particles, and you want to use it gently. Let the product do the work, not your hands. Then there are chemical exfoliants which rely on ingredients like salicylic acid, glycolic acid, or lactic acid. These are game changers for acne-prone skin because they go beyond the surface. Salicylic acid in particular is oil soluble, meaning it can travel deep into pores and dissolve the buildup that leads to blackheads and breakouts. Glycolic acid helps smooth texture and fade marks, while lactic acid hydrates as it exfoliates. But again, balance is everything. Overusing these ingredients can strip your barrier, leaving your skin vulnerable and reactive. You don't need to exfoliate every day. 2 to 3 times a week is usually enough. Your skin needs time to rebuild after each session. After exfoliation, your pores are clear, but that's also when they're most exposed, which is why pore care is the final and most important step in the trio. This is where blackhead removal and pore tightening come into play. When done professionally, extractions can safely remove stubborn buildup that regular cleansing can't reach. But if you're doing it at home, you have to be incredibly gentle. Never squeeze or pick at your skin. It might give temporary satisfaction, but it can leave lasting scars or push bacteria deeper. Instead, use pore strips or clay masks that draw out impurities gradually. Clay masks, especially those containing kaolin or bentonite, act like magnets for oil and dirt. They tighten as they dry, helping lift debris from the pores without aggressive pulling. Once the pores are cleared, they need to be calmed and closed. Splashing cool water afterward helps, and applying a soothing toner or essence with ingredients like witch hazel, green tea, or niacinamide can tighten the skin and restore balance. Follow that with hydration. Never skip this part. After deep treatments, your skin needs moisture to rebuild its protective barrier. Even if you have oily skin, hydration is non-negotiable. A lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer will help seal in the benefits and prevent the skin from overproducing oil in response to dryness. The mistake people often make is treating these steps as quick fixes. They think if they steam longer or exfoliate more often, their skin will clear faster. But deep cleansing is not about intensity, it's about consistency and understanding. Your pores didn't get clogged overnight, and they won't clear overnight either. It takes time for your skin to adjust, to heal, and to reveal its best version. The goal isn't to punish your skin into clarity, it's to guide it there gently. Every time you perform this trio, you're training your skin to function more efficiently. You're teaching it how to regulate oil, shed dead cells properly, and breathe freely. Over time, breakouts lessen, blackheads loosen, and your complexion starts to glow from within. But it only happens when you treat your skin like something that needs care, not control. And that's what deep cleansing really is. It's not about force, it's about finesse. When you respect your skin's rhythm, it rewards you with balance, because true clarity doesn't come from how much you do. It comes from how well you do it. After a deep cleanse, most people think their job is done. The pores are clear, the face feels fresh, and it's tempting to leave it at that. But here's the truth. Cleansing without restoring moisture is like washing your hands and never applying lotion afterward. You've cleaned the surface, but you've also removed some of the natural oils and hydration. Your skin needs to stay balanced. What happens next determines whether your skin thrives or struggles. Hydration isn't just the last step, it's the one that keeps everything else working the way it should. There's this common misconception that people with acne-prone or oily skin shouldn't use moisturizers. It's one of the biggest myths in skincare. The logic makes sense at first glance. If your skin already feels greasy, why add more moisture, right? But the skin doesn't work that way. When you strip away too much oil during cleansing and don't replace it with proper hydration, your skin interprets that as dryness and panic, produces even more oil to compensate. That extra oil leads to clogged pores and breakouts, creating the very problem you were trying to avoid. The key is not avoiding moisture, it's choosing the right kind. After deep cleansing, your skin is at its most absorbent. The pores are open, the surface is fresh, and your skin barrier is temporarily more vulnerable. This is the perfect time to replenish hydration with products that restore balance and calm any irritation caused by exfoliation or steam. A good toner or essence with ingredients like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, or aloe vera helps draw water into the skin and keep it there. Think of this as giving your skin a drink, not feeding it oil. Hydration plumps the cells, strengthens the barrier, and allows your skin to repair itself more efficiently. Once that base layer of hydration is in place, sealing it in with a moisturizer is essential. For oily or acne-prone skin, look for lightweight, non-comedogenic formulas, gels, fluids, or water-based creams that don't clog pores. For dry or sensitive skin, something richer might be needed to lock in moisture and protect against external stressors. The texture should feel comfortable, not greasy, and your skin should feel supple, not slick. You'll know the moisturizer is right when your skin feels calm, balanced, and refreshed instead of heavy or tight. Another mistake people make is skipping hydration because they believe their cleanser or toner already does enough. But cleansing removes impurities, hydration restores what's missing. These are two completely different actions that work together. Even when using products that contain hydrating ingredients, your skin still needs that extra layer of moisture to stay resilient. Without it, your barrier weakens, and a weak barrier means redness, inflammation, and more breakouts. Keeping the skin hydrated helps prevent that cycle and keeps your complexion smoother and stronger over time. It's also important to think about hydration as more than just a topical step. Your skin's moisture level reflects what's happening inside your body too. Drinking enough water, eating foods rich in omega-3s, and avoiding excessive caffeine or alcohol can make a noticeable difference. If your body is dehydrated, your skin can't stay balanced no matter how many serums you apply. Hydration works best when it's supported from both the inside and out. Now, for those who use treatments like retinoids or acne medications, hydration becomes even more critical. These products can be incredibly effective, but often cause dryness or peeling in the process. Pairing them with a good moisturizer helps buffer those effects and keeps your skin tolerant enough to continue the treatment without irritation. The idea isn't to smother your skin, it's to support it so it can handle the active ingredients you're giving it. When your skin is hydrated, it responds better to every other product in your routine. Timing also plays a role. Right after cleansing, while the skin is still slightly damp, that's when you should apply your hydrating products. Damp skin absorbs moisture more efficiently, allowing the ingredients to penetrate deeper and work longer. It's a small detail, but it makes a huge difference. And at night, your moisturizer becomes even more valuable. During sleep, your skin naturally repairs and regenerates. By keeping it hydrated overnight, you're giving it the best environment to do that job properly. Over time, maintaining hydration changes not only how your skin looks, but how it behaves. It becomes less reactive, less oily, and more resilient. Breakouts heal faster, irritation lessens, and your complexion begins to glow, not because of a single product, but because your skin is finally balanced. Hydration isn't about making your skin wet, it's about creating harmony within the layers that keep it healthy. That's the secret most people overlook. After every cleanse, your skin is waiting for one thing: to be comforted, to be restored, to feel whole again. When you give it that, when you rehydrate what cleansing takes away, you're not just maintaining your routine, you're protecting your progress. Because deep cleansing clears the way, but hydration keeps your skin strong enough to stay that way. When it comes to caring for your skin, consistency is everything. You can have the best products, the most advanced treatments, and the most detailed knowledge, but none of it will matter if you don't stick to your routine. The truth is, skin doesn't transform overnight. It evolves with time, patience, and daily care. It responds to what you do repeatedly, not what you do occasionally. A single deep cleanse won't change your skin, but a consistent habit of doing it correctly will. That's what separates temporary improvement from lasting results. I've seen so many people lose hope because they try something for a week or two, don't see instant results, and give up. But your skin is an organ. It takes time to adjust. Every product you use, every cleanse you perform, and every bit of moisture you replenish is part of an ongoing conversation you're having with your skin. When you're patient and consistent, that conversation turns into progress. It's like training your body at the gym. Results don't show up immediately, but they build quietly, one small effort at a time. Now, consistency isn't just about sticking to the same products, it's also about maintaining balance in your lifestyle. What you eat, how much water you drink, the amount of sleep you get, and even your stress levels all influence how your skin behaves. You can follow the most meticulous facial routine, but if you're running on 4 hours of sleep and surviving on coffee and sugar, your skin will eventually show it. Lack of rest affects your hormones, slows down healing, and makes your complexion look dull. Sleep isn't just rest, it's when your skin repairs itself. If you skip that, your products have to work twice as hard to do half as much. Hydration plays just as big a role from the inside as it does from the outside. Drinking enough water keeps your skin's elasticity and natural glow intact. Well, dehydration leads to a tight, tired-looking complexion. Think of your skin like a sponge. When it's dry, it's rough and stiff, but when it's hydrated, it's soft, smooth, and resilient. That's why water, fruits, and vegetables rich in antioxidants aren't just good for your body. There's skincare in disguise. And then there's sun protection, the one step so many people underestimate. You can follow every deep cleansing technique, exfoliate gently, hydrate perfectly, and still undo all that hard work if you skip sunscreen. UV damage isn't always visible right away, but over time it breaks down collagen, causes dark spots, and makes acne scars linger longer. Protecting your skin from the sun isn't just about preventing burns, it's about preserving the clarity and strength you've worked so hard to achieve. Sunscreen is like your skin's insurance policy. It guards your progress every single day. What's just as important as what you do is how you think about your skin. Many people see breakouts as failures, as if their skin is working against them. But that mindset only fuels frustration and neglect. Acne doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means your skin is communicating that something's off balance. Maybe it's stress, hormones, or simply the environment. When you see those signs, instead of panicking or punishing your skin with harsh treatments, step back and reassess. Skincare is a journey, not a race, and your skin deserves compassion, not criticism. Staying consistent also means resisting the urge to chase every new trend. There's always a new ingredient, new tool, a new miracle mask that promises instant results. But if you're constantly switching routines, your skin never gets a chance to adapt. Stability is what strengthens your barrier, balances oil production, and maintains clarity. You don't need a dozen products. You need a handful of good ones used regularly and correctly. Simplicity and commitment beat complexity and inconsistency every single time. Stress management might not sound like skincare, but it's one of the biggest hidden factors behind breakouts. When you're under stress, your body releases cortisol, which increases oil production and inflammation. That's why acne tends to flare up during busy or emotional times. Simple practices like breathing exercises, a short walk, or even just taking a moment to unwind before bed can make a huge difference. Healthy skin isn't just cleansed and hydrated, it's calm. Over time, when you build a steady routine and a balanced lifestyle, you start to notice that your skin doesn't just look better, it behaves better. It becomes more predictable, less reactive, more resilient, breakouts heal faster, irritation fades quicker, and your skin tone becomes more even. That's not luck or genetics, it's the quiet reward of consistency. So don't think of your skincare routine as a task to get through. It's a daily act of respect for yourself. Every time you cleanse, every time you moisturize, every time you take that extra step to protect your skin, you're building something lasting. You're teaching your skin stability, balance, and strength, because beautiful skin doesn't come from perfection, it comes from persistence.